farm, family, community. This is Midwest Farm Weekly.
Good morning and thank you for spending part of your weekend with us here at Midwest Farm Weekly. I'm Elaine Wells. On today's show, helping to harvest grapes to make Wisconsin wine. We'll show you why it is all hands on deck, hopefully including yours. Plus, corn dry down results show that the status of this crop is all over the board in our state. Find out when you can get a sample tested. Then targeting food waste in our community. Simply donating produce may not be enough. We'll see how one local chef is turning extras into grab-and-go meals for the community. And a corn pest is moving north. We're going to take a look at how it is already impacting growers and what it could mean for Wisconsin in the future. Getting to those news headlines now. A dry spell across the state had farmers taking full advantage of the weather to start on some fall harvest activities. Corn for silage harvest is now more than 9% complete. That is slightly behind an average year. Condition of the crop, 64% good to excellent. Soybeans are nearly finished setting pods, while coloring reached 45%. That's 2 days ahead of last year and the average. 10% of soybeans are dropping leaves. Farmers are making both third and fourth crop hay, with the condition of hay in our state 77% good to excellent. Potato harvest is also underway in Wisconsin. Corn stunt disease is moving northward. It's carried to fields by corn leafhoppers. Extension specialists in Oklahoma and Missouri announced they have confirmed their first cases of corn stunt disease in their state. This marks the farthest north that this disease has ever been detected in the United States. Plants impacted struggle to reach 5 feet tall. Ear development is affected. Eventually, it leads to yield loss. This dangerous pest is pretty hard to see with the naked eye, but the impact on cornfields is quite noticeable.
It's infecting and putting an infection in that plant, making it sick, so it isn't putting none of the energy in. It's fighting itself, and it's not putting any energy into the crop.
There's actually a few different reasons as to why it could finally be reaching Oklahoma. The first being that of the wind-aided travel. There could be other reasons too. We might possibly attribute it to some of these warming temperatures.
The corn leafhopper is an annual issue in Mexico and South America, but it is rarely seen in the U.S. outside of Southern California, Florida, and Texas. They are, however, not expected to survive winter conditions in Missouri and Oklahoma. Meanwhile, recent data in Wisconsin indicates a significant increase in late-season corn earworm moth activity. Noticeably, the monitoring site near Beaver Dam in Dodge County recorded a particularly high count with 884 moths caught in a single week. This surge in activity signals an elevated risk, especially to sweet corn crops. This past week, many ag groups were in Washington, D.C. lobbying lawmakers to take action on the Farm Bill. They're urging Congress to pass a new 5-year Farm Bill before the current funding expires this month. Advocates for a new bill say pricing structures are outdated, and so are the safety nets for farmers that are built into the bill. More than 140,000 small farms have closed within the last 5 years, according to recent census data. The American Farm Bureau warns without increased subsidies, even more could shut down, a reality that is also likely to drive up food prices. The Farm Bureau says farmers are battling inflation, high interest rates, and uncertain commodity prices. They need that federal aid in the Farm Bill that meets this moment.
Corn is down under $4 a bushel. Soy is down under $10 a bushel. This is very dangerous territory for farmers.
It's not just farmers that this impacts. This impacts everything you buy at the grocery store.
With no compromise in sight, many analysts think lawmakers will eventually come together to pass another temporary extension of the current bill. Some are blaming this gridlock on efforts to cut food programs like SNAP, which are also included in the Farm Bill. The spotted lanternfly, that is quickly migrating across the Midwest, and it is posing a real threat to breweries and wineries. You see, hops and grapes are some of the most impacted crops from these pests. And while the spotted lanternfly has not been seen here in Wisconsin, experts say it could just be a matter of time. Here's a look at the impact.
Where the heck did they come from?
Asia, they say. And they first landed in Pennsylvania.
Brenda Frazier is the manager at the winery at Chateau Huff, located at the corner of East 66th and Huff Avenue. They've been in business now since 2010, but have recently discovered a new threat to their long-term future, the spotted lanternfly.
They could eat the grapes, they could eat the stems, and they could lay eggs on the trunk, and they could also destroy the trunk. So I could lose an entire vineyard.
The spotted lanternfly is a plant-hopping invasive species of insect that feeds on plants like the tree of heaven, hops, maple trees, or grapevines, creating major issues for brewers or winemakers.
I would be forced to buy juice or grapes from someone else to keep in production. And then I would have to replant. And that's something I'm not looking forward to, but it's a reality that I might have to face.
Every day here at Chateau Huff, it's a great challenge to inspect these vines and get these bugs off.
We've been treating them with the same kind of insecticide that we use with the rest of our insects. There's a treatment that we can use after harvest, which is what I plan to apply.
Fraser says they will remove eggs when they're laid this fall. It's added work, but Fraser and her team are trying to stay positive.
I'm trying to stay optimistic, and I'm trying to do as much prevention as we possibly can.
Spotted lanternfly adults appear in mid-July through fall, and then they die in winter. Their eggs can be laid on anything that's flat. They hatch in May. Wisconsin does have several monitoring tools available online, and the DNR asks people to report any sightings of this bug. Some grape growers in Kewanee are looking for the community to help them with their harvest. Cold Country Vines and Wines along Nuclear Road is hosting its annual Harvest Fest September 21st. You're encouraged to bring the family, and anyone who picks grapes for the 2-hour minimum gets a free lunch and a beverage ticket. The picking is scheduled to start around 8 in the morning, and there will be live music that afternoon.
It's a really nice time. And we only pick till noonish, and then we feed everybody, and we have barbecue pork sandwiches and hot dogs and things like that.
And there is other times that they're picking, so you can sign up for grape picking and make $12 an hour, but then you do have to bring your own lunch. You can find all of the details in the Midwest Farm section of wearegreenbay.com. And they're also celebrating the harvest at the Farm Wisconsin Discovery Center. This event is also on September 21st. It's happening from 9 until 1. It marks the opening of Farm Wisconsin's corn maze, the maze, petting zoo, mock cranberry bog, and much more included in your regular admission. The Farm Wisconsin Discovery Center is an interactive agricultural center located along I-43 in Manitowoc County. Welcome back. Scientists with the European Climate Service have issued a new report warning that the world is on track for the hottest year ever. Temperature tracking reveals the planet just witnessed its warmest summer since record keeping began. CBS's Tina Kraus reports.
Millions have been sweltering as record heat waves across the globe have delivered the hottest summer on record. Folks in Phoenix are used to the heat, but the city has sizzled with triple-digit temps for 102 days in a row.
This continues a series of global temperature records that started more than a year ago.
Dr. Julian Nicholas with the European Climate Service Copernicus says the average global temperature this summer was just over 62 degrees, shattering the old record set just last year.
It is a clear sign that the climate is rapidly warming.
Climate scientists say unless countries reduce their planet-heating greenhouse gas emissions, extreme weather will only become more intense.
By a heat wave, tropical storms, some extreme precipitation, some drought.
In Sudan, flooding from heavy rains last month affected more than 300,000 people and brought cholera to the war-torn country. And across the world, people are dying from the heat as temperatures reach lethal levels in some spots.
Actions need to be taken urgently.
Experts say the torrid temperatures of 2024 will likely break one more record, making this the planet's warmest year yet. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Climate scientists say while part of last year's record heat was driven by El Nino, the temporary natural warming of parts of the Central Pacific, that effect is now gone. We turn things now over to Alexis Staniak, part of Storm Team 5. I know for us, though, this lingering warmth has been positive for farmers, getting a little extra growth out of their late planted corn.
Yeah, and it's nice to be able to go outside still as we now enter closer to fall this upcoming work week. As we head into some mid-September as well, starting to see more dry spots across most of the Midwest and through the northern Great Plains. Green Bay still about 5 inches above where they should be for precipitation for this time of the month. Same thing with Pierce, South Dakota, above average, still below average now into Kansas City and down into Wichita, Kansas. So far for the year, from January 1st until now, we've accumulated almost 30 inches of liquid precipitation here in Green Bay, still into the teens over in the Dakotas, 25 inches in Kansas City, 30 in Louisville, and about 27 inches down in Chicago. Over the next week to 10-day stretch, we will see a touch of precipitation come through. It's really not going to be a ton for the southern portion and southeastern portion of Wisconsin, but further into the Dakotas, Minnesota, Iowa, even into Nebraska and down through Kansas, they will see a bit more rain come through. The Climate Prediction Center does have most of the Midwest in this above average category for precip as we head through the next 2-week stretch, while we do have that chance to still go above or below, so equal chances for precipitation as we continue to look into our outlook as we head through the rest of the months of fall. Now, we're still going to stay warm though for about the next 2-week stretch. Climate Prediction Center has most of the Midwest and most of the East Coast in this well above average category for temperatures, so temperatures will stay well above average, and this outlook continuing to be proven true as we head into the start of fall here within this next week. This outlook shows most of the country will stay with above normal temperatures. Small rain chance as we head through the end of this week, and looks like we'll see rain stretch from southern Iowa all the way through northern Minnesota. That'll hit western Wisconsin, should stay away from Green Bay to finish up this weekend. Small rain chance will linger into Monday and into Tuesday as well, but for the most part, we have a strong area of high pressure going against that. That'll provide plenty of sunshine for many of our states here across the Midwest. As we continue into Wednesday, still quiet, and then same thing again as we head closer to Thursday. That's when our next rain chance will really start to develop over into the Dakotas, make its way towards Minnesota, and then start to clear off. But those hot temperatures don't give up. Highs will stay in the 80s all through next week. Stay with us. More Ag News coming up after the break.
The local nonprofit Rooted In wanted to create a community with nourishment for all, specifically targeting people with food insecurities. Selena Darrow recently joined us on Local 5 Live to explain why it's not always as simple as donating produce. You let us know that you had somewhat of a wake-up call. You donated about 1,000 pounds of produce to local food pantries, but then you did a little follow-up and you found maybe we have a couple more steps that need to happen.
That's right. So last year I went and gleaned about 1,000 pounds of produce and donated it to the food pantries, and upon following up found out that some of it did go to waste. So I was like, okay, well, the only solution for me, being a chef all my life, is to make meals out of it. So that's what we've been doing since February.
So let's talk about the steps you took, because you know, somebody sees a pepper, they're not going to grab and eat it. They need to be prepared, right?
That's right. So we either use the produce outright in our meals, otherwise we will freeze it, and we are going to use it to can processed food or dehydrate it in the future when I have a little more time and I'm not busy out in the garden.
So then, who is helping you with this process? Because you're looking for community groups to really help make these meals.
That's right. So we are cooking once a month right now. To date, we have made 2,372 pounds of meals.
Wow.
And we're averaging about 333 units per month. I would love to start adding another date as the year goes on. Right now, we are averaging about 33 cents to make a pound of meals.
That's incredible.
And the majority of the cost is coming from the packaging. So we use these deli containers. Every container of the meals that we make gets a label on it with allergens, the date. And then we ask everyone to please return the container so we can, you know, continue to reduce waste in the community.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, okay? So you got all this product right here. What are you preparing? What kind of meal would you prepare?
Oh, well, so like the apples, we are going to make applesauce with that. This is fresh sage. We can use that in a brown butter sauce. The pears, I have an amazing pear cake recipe. This is a lang cucumber. Wow. I didn't know what it was until last week, but it's basically just a cucumber, like a big cucumber. I'm making a meal on Thursday for El Trusa House. I'll be using a lot of the cucumbers we pulled from our own garden this weekend to make them a cucumber salad. So as many fresh things that we can get right now, and then saving it for later.
If I have let my garden go and I'm like, it's too much, I can no longer do this, how do you then step in? Can I call you and say, come get what you want?
Absolutely, yeah. Give me a call, send me an email, check us out on Facebook, Instagram. I'm the guru of all the social media, and you can send me an email and we can make arrangements to come and pick up your excess produce to use in our meals.
Do you do watering and weeding? We have a problem with that at our house.
Yes, actually, I do. I have become a gardener this summer as well. So a lot of the produce you see out here came right from our own community garden plot as well.
Selena, you mentioned you're a chef and you kind of listed all these great recipes. Can we tap into them too if we're looking to, maybe we don't know what to do with our pears?
So on our website we have the only local recipe database that has as many local ingredients from Brown County and the state of Wisconsin as possible. And I'm going to tease here, we are going to be launching a brand new website in the next week or so. So you'll be able to see even more wonderful recipes from Rooted In.
Well, I like that. I don't know how you find the time to do this. But now you get other stuff besides produce, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So through my culinary business, Culinary Innovations, I'm able to get food donations from a lot of the vendors and colleagues that I've worked with over the years in the food industry. So that's why we're able to keep our food costs so low, and we will continue doing that and you know, making more meals with less costs as we continue to grow.
There are a number of volunteer opportunities available. You can find a link in the Midwest Farm section of wearegreenbay.com. Welcome back. The corn crop in Wisconsin varies vastly this year when it comes to maturity, and that's why getting data on your crop is so important. Erica Bierstrom is the regional dairy educator for Kewaunee, Door, and Brown counties through the University of Wisconsin-Madison Division of Extension. We say good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning.
Hard to believe we're already at that time again, right, for corn dry downs. So talk us through the events you have coming up, a couple of different opportunities for farmers to get a basically live snapshot.
Yes, so we planned them 2 weeks apart from each other. So the first one is September 16th on Monday, and the second one is on September 30th. And the reason that we spread them out so far is because there is actually quite a bit of time between when the first crops were planted in the fields to when the last ones were planted on the same farm. So some farms are 5-6 weeks in between. So we're trying to kind of accommodate them for that.
Are you seeing even within the same operation, depending on what happened with Mother Nature, are they going to be harvesting for a while?
Yes, they'll be harvesting a while. I think some of them were changing their corn maturities as they were going through. We're never going to get this mature. Let's put something in there a little bit shorter maturity, but I think there's going to be a long harvest this year. Fortunately, it looks like it's going to start out really, really good, and they can get in the fields in good dry fields that aren't going to get them stuck.
For someone who maybe has not attended a dry down event in the past, walk us through what we need to do, what we need to bring, information that's important to know.
Each farm, for our programs in Kewaunee, Door, and Brown counties, for our programs, they can bring in 2 samples, so we want 4 to 5 stalks, bundled and labeled with the name, their contact information, phone number, what variety it is, when it was planted, and a couple of things new that we're asking for this year is whether or not it's a BMR variety, if they used any fungicide on it, and what crop was in the field the previous year.
For our viewers, I know we have a few folks out here who don't speak quite as extensive farm. What is BMR corn?
It's a different variety of corn that they can use that grows a little bit different, and it feeds a little bit different to the cows.
Okay, so then as we were seeing there, you guys chop it up and get us some data on it. What information does a producer then get back on their sample?
Well, they'll get immediately, well, for the first dry down day, they'll have their moisture content back immediately. So if they want to hang around a little bit, we'll chop it up right away and get that moisture as soon as we can. So within 5 to 10 minutes. So moisture is really what they're shooting for, around 65%. It depends on what kind of storage location they're going to have it, whether it's in a bunker or in a bag or a silo, but you're shooting for 65%.
This is not a case, though, where just looking at the neighbor's field is going to help you to determine anything. Just because they've started chopping doesn't mean yours is necessarily ready.
Right, and even the outsides of the fields always look really dry, and once you get into them, they're not as dry. There's not as much airflow in that field. They're not drying down the same amount. They're not getting enough sunlight. So the field varies quite a bit even within the same location, let alone the neighbors. It's probably a different variety. So it's good to get it sampled and just find out what your field is measuring out at.
And this is not the only event. Certainly these are the two that your team is involved in, but if people contact their local agents, I saw there's a number of events still coming
Yes,
up.
there's several. Some of them are just put on by the Forage Council. In the counties that I work in, there is not a Forage Council in any of the counties, so Extension is kind of really responsible for putting that on. But check with your local Forage Councils, check with your agronomists. Everybody is trying to help the farmers as much as possible, so those events are bountiful this time of year.
Thanks, Erica.